Good morning, sir. Ito po ang aking journal in Peace Nutritions. The concept of balanced peace nutrition in temperate European peace funds to tackle eutrophications. Abstract. The presence of work aim to understand nutrient enrichments and resultant eutrophications caused by carp farming in semi-intensively managed temperate shallow lakes ecosystems like Central European fish ponds, combining animal nutrition and plankton ecology group model principles. In the traditional yet predominant pond farming in Central European carps, stock starts the vegetative seasons on ketogenic diet, high in natural food, have a balanced diet shortly in the middle seasons. Cereals introduced as supplementary feed and on starchy diets high in cereals. Under beginning seasons diets, the fish carp stocks exhibit high but non-bioeconomic nitrogen and protein retentions with surplus of digested nitrogen amino acids relatively to insufficient carbohydrate energy. Much of digested nitrogen is pumped back to the environment in algae reactive forms NH4N, and surplus of digestible protein per unit of digestible nitrogen also triggers renal clearance of digested protein pumped back to environmental as PO of 4-3. By the end of the seasons, nitrogen and protein retentions deteriorate significantly due to high metabolic nitrogen losses caused by missing digestible amino acids, lysines, isolines, and decreased protein digestibly, respectively. Little digest protein is unutilized and even discouraged in tandem with poor nitrogen depositions. Digestibility, respectively, little digestive protein is unutilized and even discharged in tandem with poor nitrogen deposit. End of season feeding in fish ponds is perhaps most polluting and triggers de novo lipogenesis instead of protein biomass acceleration. However, the ratio of reactive losses to suspend losses of N and P or nitrogen times protein, which could instantly trigger algal assimilations, is equal high or bad at the beginning and the end of seasons. We show aggravated nitrogen and protein loading by carp may occur both under height and low zooplankton and zoobenthos. Availability contradictory to prevailing nations environmental nutritions or nutrient loading by carp is most suppressed, including lowest reactive nitrogen task protein losses when diet is balanced. Carp farming is regional fish ponds could benefit by adopting scientifically sound pond feeds and managing carp safety of grays or spars. Zooplankton or zoobenthos for prolonging clear water phase. So, introductions. Since the middle of age, fish ponds in Europe has rich history of exploitations of food productions and recreations or ADMEC 2012. Even today, large-sized European fish ponds typical area from 2 to 300 hectares at deep 1 to 4 meters constitute a significant part of overall stagnant freshwater ecosystems is the predominantly landlocked Central Eastern European region or CCR. In CCR countries or Poland, Hungary, German, Austria, Slovakia, about to 80 and 88% of the inland freshwaters aquaculture productions came from the carp farming of fish ponds. For example, in the Silesia, fish ponds offer regional heritage food security 100%, self-sufficiency in carp productions, and economy 90% of total aquaculture productions, half of exported to Bovia 2020, Barbeclia 2019. Besides carp farming and fish pond, together provide tangible production service, gross farm gate income up to 1,123, and intangible ecosystem service average 1,257. Material and methods. Nutrients pattern in regional large-size fish ponds. Monthly raw data on specific hydrobiological parameters were collected from published articles and routine environment monitoring surveys in Central Eastern European regions, or CCR. Fish ponds data were mostly recent years 2007 and 2019 from 19 fish ponds, majority from the Silesia, having average area and depth range 1.277 to 228 hectares and 1.2 to 4 meters respectively located at altitude range 190 to 680 meters. They may be deemed as a typical representative for CCR. The effective vegetation seasons mainly span from April to September and frozen from November to December till February. Cladorians or copepods, zooplanktons, and cremonomids or subentos abundance were taken as markers of natural nutrition. Cereals applications was taken as a marker of standard supplementary feeding, or Pulner 2015, Wojnarowicz or 2010. The specific growth of rate SGR of carp stock recorded in those fish ponds was used as a growth marker. The data were further coded into the three parts of vegetative seasons: start April to May, middle June, July, and the end of August and September. The results: nutrients patterns in regional large size fish ponds. Carps naturally food in fish ponds or crenomids, claderioricans, and copepods decrease naturally through the vegetative seasons, while cereals increase artificially. The growth rate of carps also decreased through the vegetation seasons, almost comparable to 0.5. Between the start and the middle of the vegetation seasons, but significantly reduced 0.5 at the end of seasons, and these patterns is relatable to carbs, proteins, and phosphorus retentions under the different diets next sections. And as optimum feeding temperatures are reached and active feeding starts, dissolves potassium for and relative to particulate potassiums remain aggravated from spring's beginning seasons to summer's mid-seasons. This may be due to large effect of internal protein loading from sediments, but the effects of fish feeding on high PPR diet excess bioavailable protein relative to bioavailable nitrogens remains the protein for in autumn and seasons are suppressed again, as in the case without fish stocks, because dissolved protein has a minor shares compared to particulate protein and in the end seasons. whether it is the repercussions of relatively large fecal losses due to poor protein digestively increased plant matter cereals in diet by the end of seasons remain to be probed. Nitrogen and hydrogen nitrogen appear aggravated in spring beginning seasons and autumn end seasons, but suppressed in summers or the mid seasons. Also suppressed in the pans without fish. The aggravation coincides with both high and low natural food abundance period of natural food of fish ponds, whether it is linked with excess digestible protein or nitrogen in the beginning of the seasons and missing digestible amino acid in the end biomass in fish ponds ecosystems can be substantial or 0.5 to 1.3 kilogram per meter and nitrogen translocations caused by such biomass may be sustainable too. Discussions. Prospectively, so far, for to look at fish ponds eutrophications till now, ecosystem have mostly seen the problem of fish ponds eutrophications through various perspectively. Detailed discussion in this regard can be found in the supplementary materials in line without the ecological nutrients stoichiometry theories predicting nutrient assimilations efficiency. Harap L. 2019, we show how in vivo nutritional bioenergetics can strongly modulate nutrient translations in aquatic systems, especially how imbalanced or stoichiometry of amino acids, digestible fractions of protein and carbohydrate energy in fish ponds aggravate autochthonous nutrient loading by carps. So the conclusions: Central European shallow lake ecosystems, the main part of its consisting of carp ponds, suffers from the strong eutrophications. This eutrophications is often related to the current feeding farming managed in these fish ponds, which does not consider in the balance of nutrition needs of the growing fish. The present study provides an understanding how fish nutrition shape accelerations and eventually eutrophications. The study concludes that spring and autumn the status quo diets leads to inefficient resource use and indirect to poor ecological conditions. Improved ecosystem RUE and tackling eutrophications may be achieved by biomanipulating these fish ponds towards as balanced fish nutrition. The study calls for the balanced pond feeds that optimize resources utilizations, efficiency, and stimulates fish to exploit better the natural food in such a way that ecosystem services are maintained. So, napag-aralan ko sir sa may fish nutrition, sa tatandaan ko sir, is kung paano tayo magpakain ng yung isda, kung semi-intensive or intensive. Yung sa amin, ang ginawa namin sir sa fish pond namin is, intensive ang ginawa namin sir, kasi ang target namin magkaroon ng business. So, napupugrot din sir kasi puro babae yung fish pond, yung alaga naming naming isda, karamihan puro babae. So, nanganak na sila ngayon sir, dahil sa sobrang pagpapakain siguro. Intensive kasi yung ginawa namin sir eh. Pero pag minsan naman ginagawa namin is binahaluan namin ng duckweed, asola, mga ganun sir pagkain. Hinahaluan namin tapos ilalagyan namin ng feeds. Ilan sir, thank you.